Welcome to this video. So as you can see from the title of the slides, today we'll be talking about the process simulation software in chemical engineering, and in particular we'll be looking at DWSim. So if you're interested in knowing more about what process simulation software are available in chemical engineering, why do we use them, what are they about, then stay tuned to this video. Keep watching. Right, okay, so what is process simulation? When we talk about process simulation, particularly in chemical engineering, we're referring to the use of a computer software to optimize plant performance. And we're also talking about using this software to design, develop, analyze, and optimize technical processes. So these processes can be physical processes or chemical processes. So we can talk about performing heat and material balances for all kinds of processes. And in this simulation software, we will be using models to represent chemical and physical processes as well as unit operations, with the aim to find the optimal conditions of a process system. So it's usually an optimization problem that has to be solved in an iterative process. So the simulation software keeps solving it until we get our optimal answer. So why do we need process simulation software? It's really important because rather than trying to carry out experiments on an actual process plant, we can use the simulation software to predict different things that could happen in the process. We can also use it for design and engineering studies, so we don't have to always go physically to the plant to do things, and we can use it to understand what we need to do in cases of debottlenecking. So in cases where we have problems on site, we can use our process simulation software to understand what needs to be done, and we can use it as well to train operators. So there are lots of process simulation software available: Aspen HYSYS, Aspen Plus, Olga, ChemCAD, ProSim, Unisim, PipeSim. All sorts are out there. There are so many of them. If you just Google process simulation software, you'll see in the upcoming videos as well. We'll be looking into DWSim because it's an open source software and it's easy and available for us to play with. So for Aspen HYSYS, Aspen Plus, other process simulation software, they are quite expensive and are only available to people in like big companies or that work as process engineers. So we'll be looking at DWSim because this is available to be downloaded on the internet, and we can drill more into it and solve problems, and we can do things with it. So it should be pretty exciting, and I hope you're excited about it too. So yeah, just talking more about what DWSim is. It's an open source chemical process simulation software, and what that means is that it's open, it's available on the internet, it's available to be downloaded, and so we can all use it and download it, contribute to it as well as we use it. And if we think we have something valuable to contribute to it, you can contribute to how it's the development of the software. It's created by a man called Daniel Medeiros, and it's written in Visual Basic using Visual Basic C# and .NET. You can download it on that website, so I encourage you to download it onto your laptops, or so whether you have a Windows laptop, Linux, Mac OS, or even on your phones as well. So it's pretty amazing that you can use it on different platforms. So if you download that, and we get right into it as soon as we can. So yes, we're going to be diving into the DWSim software now. So let's get right into it. So we're getting right into using DWSim. So what we need to do, we've already installed it. So as I've shown in the video, earlier in the video, we need to download it at that link. So if you have any issues with downloading it as well, just let me know. And we click on this button, or the icon rather, and we see how it comes up. So you can see that it comes up with this sort of welcome screen. You can see the name of the person, Daniel Medeiros, and contributors. Remember what I said about it being an open source software, so it's under the general public license as well. It's also under .NET, so it's loading the components, and we are currently at version 5.8. So those are just a few things that we can see at the moment. and this is the welcome screen. So here you can see different things. We're just going to go through this for a couple of minutes. Obviously, as we start to go into details of it, there'll be specific, I don't want to make this video too long, but there'll be specific videos on each part of what DWSim can actually do. So we can see that we have a new steady state simulation. You can create a new compound, and that's very important to have, because if you have a compound that is not quite common, or that has a specific type of formulation, you can create it. You can open files as well, and you can do a new data regression study. So we'll be going into more details of this, and obviously this is showing DWSim on the web. There's the Fuzzy forum as well, where you can see what other people have done in terms of flow sheeting and actual building of modeling of processes in DWSim. There are also YouTube videos, so there are other YouTube videos as well, and download stats, and you can choose not to show this on your next startup or to close this automatically. Okay, so if you click on new steady state simulation, then it should show you the steps as well. Yes, so this is what we are going to look at. So it shows you, so you can use this simulation configuration wizard to take you through the steps that you would need, the basic steps that you would need, but after some time you might decide not to go through it, so you can close the wizard and go to the simulation configuration window. So, but if, as you're new to this, as we're new to the software, we want to sort of just go with it, see what it says. So when we click on next, you can see that the first thing that you need to do is to select the compounds that you want to add to the simulation. So just looking at it quickly, we can see that you can search by the name. So for example, if I wanted to add methane as well to it, I could search with that. You can search with the CAS number, you can search with the formula, you can search you can search as well with the formula. So then if I add that, I can add methane as well. So I can also have the option of adding from other sources or viewing the selected compound, but just for showing purposes, I'll just click on next for methane. So you can also see the available property packages. So the packages that we use, the available property packages are shown here. So there are quite a few of them. You might have heard of Peng Robinson, but maybe some of them as well you've not heard of. So for example, we should have the steam properties as well. So if you're just steam tables rather, so if you're just using water, that's a good one to use. If you have you also have Peng Robinson, Vault Law, Unifac, SRK, PRS, PR, and all of that. So I will be doing a specific video to actually go into details of each one of these, because that is the property package that you pick is so instrumental in whatever results that you give, whatever results the simulation software gives you. So if you put in garbage, it's going to give you garbage. That's just what it is. So you can also, there's also some help here to know what's being used in the packages, and click on getting help on which thermodynamic model you should use for which system. So if, let's say, we just add Peng Robinson, for example, you add it and it shows up there. So we then click on next as well. The other thing that you need to do again with your simulation software is to choose your system of units. So you can either use like the SI units, that's the standard ones, CGS, ENG, or C1 to C5. You can also create your own. So say, for example, you've been told by your client that he wants to use Kelvin, which is fine, which is SI. But then in terms of maybe the volumetric flow rate, instead wants to use something else apart from meter cube per second. So let's say, I don't know, depending on whatever it is, you can always create yours as well. So you can create one and then choose whatever you want to use for your volumetric flow rate. Once you click on once you click on that. Maybe rather than moles per second, you want moles per hour, or you want meter cube per day, depending on whatever you want. You can create that and add it. But for now, we can just use the SI and click on finish. So once you've done those three things, you can come in to this. So you can also click and can also obviously close whatever you're not using so that you can see more of what you are actually using at the moment. So in the flow sheet as well, you can see you've got your material streams and your energy streams, and then you have your different unit operations here separated into different tabs. So you have your compressors and your pumps, your valves, you've got your separators and your tanks, you've got mixers, splitters, exchangers, reactors, columns, and all sorts. If you have a particular cape open unit separation that you want to use, you can use filters as well. And if you have it, this is a good thing, you have, like, you can use your spreadsheets, or you can use Python as well to put in models. We've got these blocks as well that we will be using, but not to worry, we'll be going into more details for each of these unit operations, and you'll be able to do that. So if you have your streams as well, you can just drag and drop in here. This then comes up. So this, depending on obviously what you've dragged into the flow sheet, a like a sidebar sort of comes up, and then you can do different things as well in there. So we'll be going into this we'll be going into more details of this depending on what in our subsequent videos, depending on what we are looking at, what unit operation we're looking at rather. So yeah, this is what you can do. So obviously you can also do that, and as we go into each one as well, I'll be showing you how you can arrange everything, how you can also put your use your spreadsheets as well, create charts with your results. And yeah, there's so much to do basically with DWSim. So I hope this video has given you some sort of flavor into what we can do with DWSim. And as we go into it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're interested in learning about, and just tell me what you think about this video. If you need more information about different things, and I'll be happy to provide it as well. Thank you very much for watching, and watch out for my next video.